Good morning, students. Welcome to today's session on solar thermal energy applications under the course Renewable Energy Resources. Course code being 2188652. Myself, Dwarkanath SK, Assistant Professor, Department of EEE SJBIT, Bangalore. So let us go into the today's topic of discussion on solar thermal energy applications. So energy which is coming from the sun, this can be converted into a useful form of energy for the multi-purpose utilization for the application which is based on the control technology. The word useful meaning over is application side, how the raw energy which is coming from the sun that can be converted to a useful form. So this technology which includes the passive and the active based system. So the solar thermal energy, we call it as STE, which in the form of energy, and the technology for harnessing the solar energy to generate the thermal energy for the use in the industry and in the residential and commercial sectors. Solar thermal collectors, they are classified by the United States Energy Information Administration as low, medium and high temperature collectors. Three categories. So low temperature categories, they are generally unglazed and used for heating the swimming pools and to heat ventilation air. Medium temperature collectors, they are also usually flat plates but are used for heating water or air for residential and commercial purpose. Passive system here we can categorize over here is so the system which collects energy from the sun without the need of the pumps or the motor, generally through the orientation or material or the construction of the collector. So this property which allows a collector to absorb, store and use the solar radiation. Passive systems, they are particularly suited to the design of the buildings and the thermo siphoning solar based hot water system. For the new buildings, the passive system generally which entails very low or we call it as no additional cost because they simply take the advantage of the orientation and the design of the building to capture and use the solar radiation. Typically we place it in the north to south direction and with sun moves from the east to the west direction. So in the colder climates, this passive solar system can reduce the heating cost by almost 40%, whereas in the hotter climates it can reduce the absorption of the solar radiation and thus reducing the cooling cost. A passive solar system which relies on what? Natural resources to transfer the heat, water for the domestic use, which is more prevalent in the warmer climates with minor chances of freezing periods. What are active systems then? The most common active system is the pumping to circulate the water or another heat absorbing fluid through the solar collectors. These collectors are most commonly used usually of copper tubes, which is bonded to a metal plate, painted black in color to absorb the heat and encapsulate within the insulated box, which is covered by a glass panel or the glazing. For pool heating and other applications where the desired temperature is less than 40 degrees centigrade, unglazed synthetic rubber materials, they are mostly commonly being used. So an active pump system, this can be either an open loop system where the water is directly heated by the solar collector or a closed loop system where an antifreeze or a glycol mixture is heated before transferring its heat to the water by an heat exchanger. Okay, so a popular design of this closed system, we call it as a drain back system. This freeze-proof design which drains the water back into a small holding tank when the freezing temperature is going to occur. So the diagram for utilization of solar energy, it is as shown in the figure. The sun or solar energy in the form of light or heat, it is passed on to a battery which stores here. This is a DC source. We need to convert it back to an AC source and it is connected to the conventional grid supply and it can be used over here, energy usage. The same thing in the form of heat, it is passed on to the waste heat storage system. From there it is passed on to the heating and cooling equipment, move towards the piping network, from there to the energy usage. This piping network we can add on with the conventional heating and the cooling system. So one more parallelly similar to battery storage, we can make use of hydrogen fuel cell and the energy can be used over here. And also the hydrogen fuel we can be make use of for the energy application. So thanks for watching this particular video. So do subscribe to our department channel. So any queries with respect to today's video, you can write down at varkanath@sjbt.edu.in. Thanks for watching.